Hey, Egg Teacher Thoughts here, coming at you with another video. We're going to do a little bit of an update of my experience using an Ashley propane vented wall heater in my small hobby greenhouse, so in the lab. And I know a bunch of you are probably going to be wondering how it did and what you thought, because I got a lot of suggestions when I did this. When I was first searching for a type of heater to use in my greenhouse, I was trying to make one because I couldn't find a vented one. And I was trying to save some money. I'll tell you one thing, it's more expensive to make one than it is to buy one. And then there's the whole safety stuff around that. But, you know, what do I think? What do I think of these standalone, unpowered wall heaters? So there's no electricity running to this. It's just ambient air. So it's just the convection currents that come through that actually do the heating. This is not, there's no fan in there, which is where this guy comes in. So we'll put that guy back up there. I'll make sure he's started in a little bit. That's a heat difference fan. And it also just doesn't put out enough air to really move things around. So I do put a box fan in here. But what do I think about this heater? Oh, it's pretty good. So it's been keeping the temperature up above freezing in the greenhouse. So depending on the night, if we get down into, and I don't want to run it on high, but if we get into the upper 20s, it's been keeping the greenhouse about 49, 50, 51 degrees, which is pretty good. I mean, the plants aren't going to be growing at that point because they need to be at 56 to be growing, but they're not freezing. And as you can tell, they are doing absolutely fantastic. So this heater cost me a little over $300, so a little bit less than, it's like $330, $336, somewhere in there. It is interesting in that this Ashley brand doesn't exist anymore. They had a company website, and then when the tariffs went through, literally on the 31st of December, that brand just disappeared off the internet. It's not there. You can't find it anymore. The company website's gone. I was talking to a local guy that does basically, well, it's camp, cabin, and home. So they do basically off-grid heating and such. And he'd never heard of the brand, and was telling me that basically heater brands moved out of China when the tariffs went through, so they moved to other countries. So this will be rebranded somewhere else, but it's still in stock at Home Depot. Would I recommend it? Yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's been doing a great job for me. I don't mind it. It's kept the greenhouse nice and warm. It is vented, but I do have a battery-operated carbon monoxide detector in here so that I don't die and die in a greenhouse. Although, I don't know, that might not be too bad. die doing what you love. But no, I haven't had any problems with carbon monoxide, no problems with carbon dioxide. The plants are nice and warm. They're doing fantastic. So, yeah, I'll probably use it again. Although, you know, this is what is it, 6x8 greenhouse, and it's about the maximum of what this is going to heat with the wall materials that I have. If I had better materials, it would probably keep it a bit warmer in here, like a thicker corrugated Lexan, and maybe not using inflated poly, which is what we're doing now. We're doing a double wall poly with an inflation fan, which is what's running in the corner. But it's done all right. Might have been different if it had been a colder winter, but for this mild winter, it did just fine. So pretty happy with how that went together. No real complaints there. But yeah, so that's the update. There, I think it got warm enough. It's going to keep going now. Yeah, picking up speed. It's keeping it's keeping the Ipomia warm, which likes to be warm. It doesn't like to be cold. So I do run the 5-gallon propane cylinders. When the weather's really cold, I can get about 3.5 days off of one. I've been shutting it down in the middle of the day, so this one's lasted a few more days. So we've been okay with that. But I need to go refill those tomorrow. It does just vent directly to the outside. well, which is nice. I did realize I gotta seal this back up. That wasn't sealed too well earlier today. I heard a wind running through it, and then this is all sealed up inside. So the exhaust comes outside, so I don't have to worry about that coming back inside the greenhouse. I'm just running a hose in through the bottom. But overall, I've been pretty happy with the propane heater. It's probably about the same cost as running electric, but I don't have to worry about power outages this way, and I just feel a little bit more confident running that than a little electric heater. This is completely self-contained, so I don't have to worry about blowing a circuit in the middle of the night or power blipping in the middle of the night and then all my plants freezing. They're doing just fine with that propane heater. So overall, I'd say, yeah, if you're going to do a small hobby greenhouse, putting in one of these $300 to $400 heaters is just fine to keep it nice and warm. And we've done other things in here. We've got the lily pad planters in here to try to act as a little bit of a thermal heat sink. Doesn't really do much when it's cold for an extended period of time. But there you go. Yeah, see, we run it on low. But there you go. So yeah, the heater has been working great. I don't mind it at all. It's something I'll probably move to the next greenhouse that we put in. In fact, I might actually put 2 of them in, just in case I have some plants that really can't get cold, and in case something goes on with one of those. I would probably suggest doing bigger propane cylinders, because changing those every 3 days can be a little bit of annoying. You know, here they don't refill propane at night. So if you go to a gas station and say, I need 5 gallons of propane, they're going to say, come back in the morning. So yeah, you got to do that at the right time. So a bigger cylinder would help with that. But other than that, pretty happy. Figured this would be a good update. Anyway, hope you learned something. Hope you enjoyed. Ag Teacher Thoughts out.